Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so we would like to finish this review. Good. So we already looked at it last session. We have a general understanding of what is going on. Yeah, so the fix for the non-retake compatible CSC version is pretty straightforward. It just initializes it to the max. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Prevent the game crashing tool to launch before ready to do so. If not that. Okay. Does it need to be replicated in generals? Should be, right? It does have also the nuke missile. Right. Yeah. It does have this. Oh. It looks much smaller. Okay. Then what's next? Fix crash within team kill team caused by an invalid player retrieval in script engine. Okay. Okay. More crashes. Fix the crash caused within some mod maps. The crash occurs within team kill team when the command is given to kill a specific player. The issue here is that the script attempts to kill a player with a blank name. As uninitialized players in the player list all have blank names, this causes this function to retrieve the first invalid player that it finds. The crash occurs due to uninitialized player not having a player template associated with it. This then causes a crash when the kill team function attempts to retrieve it so it can destroy any placed beacons by the player. So the workaround for this was to simply test that when attempting to find the player by the player name, we test that we don't have an empty string. Otherwise, we implicitly return a null pointer. Struggling in the King's English. Oh, uninitialized. Oof. 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 So literally unreadable. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it says, oof, else if player string is not empty. It's not empty. Not having a player template associated with it. Get beacon template. Kill team, get beacon template. Kill player, team, kill team. Let me see that. Kill team. 2447. 2447. Beacon. Get player template. Okay, so it would crash here, yeah? Do player kill. Do player kill. Get player from ASCII string. I do wonder though. Kill team. Player kill player, do player kill. That's I do wonder if it makes sense to also have another check to avoid this crashing if kill player was called. Let me ask this question here. Would it perhaps also make sense to return player kill player early if it is not actually a used player, an active player that can be killed? Can kill. That would make the function also more robust. Fix civilian ferries that are missing their waypoints from causing a crash. Fix civilian ferries that are missing their waypoints from causing a crash. What? That are missing without being properly set up. Ferry will cause a crash if it is missing the waypoints for the path. The title is confusing. Fix fix crash when using civilian ferry that is missing waypoints, that is missing a waypoints setup. That's missing. Fix crash when using the civilian ferry. Fix crash when using the civilian ferry without scripted waypoints. Fix crash when using the civilian ferry without scripted waypoints. Without scripted waypoints. Or let's say without a waypoint path. There we go. Fix crash when using the civilian ferry that has fixed crash when using the civilian ferry. Using a civilian ferry that is missing a waypoint path. That has no waypoint path. Fixed crash when using a civilian ferry that has no waypoint path. Fixed crash when using a civilian ferry that has no waypoint path. Okay, I think that is much simpler to read. So this is also a crash. Simplified the title. Okay, if waypoint, then do all that. If style. Okay, so ferries require waypoints to operate. If there's no path, then it will cause a crash, so check for valid waypoints. There already is a assert. There already is an assert above that also explains it. I think this comment can be removed. This comment is redundant and can be removed. Okay, good. I mean, yeah, this is very simple. Very simple. Okay. Okay. This pull request fixes the ordering of deselection logic within the build assistant cell object function. Okay, this one needs testing without issues. Okay, that's good. Test it against 1000 replays. So I put a celebration. Fix object deselection logic in build assistant cell object. Okay. We need to deselect the object before setting it as unselectable. I still find this super weird, this code. In the original ordering, the object being sold was not being removed from its original AI group and put into a new AI group within this when it was called by that. That's because selectable before pairs ago. This means that subsequent code was not working as intended. I don't understand this. How does this not change behavior then? Let me search for this and look at the codes. Cell objects. Unselect them at this time. You can't just deselect it, rather. Deselect object for everybody. Object state is unselectable. Object status. I don't understand what this fixes. Could it be that it fixes nothing? Because if it actually did change behavior, then this should cause a mismatch, right? If it changes a way that objects cannot be deselected, then it should cause a mismatch, right? Unselect them at this time. Was selection not CRC critical? Let's put a breakpoint here. Pragma optimize off. Let's move this to the top. Let's compile. Okay, let's try this. Okay, we are looking at, what was it? This, yeah. So we go to our favorite map, yeah. And we sell some buildings. Like this one, for example. Okay, now it says set object status to unselectable. Okay. Jesus Christ. Bit set. Why did they implement it like this? That's weird. Ugh. Ugh. Why is this so weird? Oh my. Okay, and then what? So it's unselectable, and then what happens? Create group. Empties. False. Okay. Member list 0. Current selection is AI group. if not emptied. Striker. Deselect drawable. Okay, I'm quite a bit confused about this. Why is it going in twice? What is this? Huh? Doing it for each player. What? Okay, let's see if the behavior is the same if we change the order. Yeah. So we move this up here. Yeah. Oh, it's still warm. It's 32 degrees right now. Oof. It's pretty how you say, barbecue. It's a barbecue. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if the behavior is different now or not. Player mask looks about the same. It creates a group. It says emptied false. It has no members. Let me add a comment here. I do not quite understand what this change is supposed to fix. I sold buildings, stepped through the code, and saw no difference in behavior with changed order. I sold single buildings, stepped through the code, and saw no difference in behavior with and without this change. Does this only concern logic that would sell multiple buildings at once? If yes, how? And was this tested? Was this tested for mismatch? As far as I'm aware, in regular play, it is not possible to select and sell multiple buildings at once. Let's say with one click, with one action. Does this only concern logic that would sell multiple buildings at once? If yes, how? And was this tested for mismatch? As far as I'm aware, in regular play, it is not possible to select and sell multiple buildings. Yeah. Blocking merge until situation is clear. Yeah. You already explained it, but I don't understand it then. I don't understand it now. It makes no sense to me. I stepped through. I don't see any evidence for how this breaks. Yeah, I don't understand what this fix. I think we first need a way to trigger a cell with multiple buildings. I don't know how to do it. Like natively in the game, there is no such functionality. You cannot select more than one building, and so you cannot sell multiple buildings at once. At least not that I'm aware of. Let me try it real hard to select multiple buildings. So I select this, I press Shift, I press Control. I can't select multiple buildings. Group selection doesn't work. We can try with numbering. 1, 2, that doesn't work. 1, Shift, 2, doesn't work. 1, 2, Control. Control sets it, so it could only be Shift, right? For group select. I don't know how to do it. You cannot select multiple buildings and sell them at once. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So there must be some trick as to how multiple buildings are sold, but it doesn't explain this, right? It doesn't explain. Yeah. So I don't know how this is done. Needs more explanation. Okay, this one looks plausible. Wait, why does it say else? Set in transit false. Ah, I see. Set in transit false. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Okay, this one still needs testing. Let me add here to do. To do replicate in generals. Test system time with minus quick start. Let's put this here to the bottom. There we go. Okay. Okay, what about this one here? Switch control bar stage. Switch control bar stage. Okay, so Gentoo knopped several places. 4 places. One a bit further apart than the others. Okay, let's see if that matches this one here. Good command. Excellent. Switch control bar stage. Let me search for this one here. Content. I'm curious why in Gentoo I had to knob 4 places, but he only touches 2 really. He removes this condition here. But then here, this is just 1 place. How does this work? How does that work? I don't know. Um, I need water. Okay, how about we get that branch and compile it. Minimize command bar. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Then we take our generals. Okay. Then let's test that first. If it works properly. Oof. Wow, that was a long leg. Interesting. Okay, let's just open here any okay, that works. That works as well. Okay. 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 Control bar cannot be toggled in replay mode. F9 does nothing. Control bar toggle button does nothing. Gen tool fixes by hacking the following addresses. So these are very close together here. And this one is further away. Okay, so this one is probably the one that is further away. So this one looks pretty correct. Here, I wonder what's going on here. There's just one condition here. Toggle control bar. There's this function here. Huh? Somehow we cannot find the here. No. Here. I see. I wonder how this happens then, that we had to knob 3 places. How? Are we missing something here? Curious. Let me search for this one here. Here. Is shell active? Toggle control bar. Bool height false. very strange. Because here it says toggle down, toggle up, toggle. Where? 3 places. Toggle down, toggle up, toggle. Toggles graphics options to crappy mode instantly. That's nice. Toggle controller. Hide. What is this hide for? What is this? Hide. What is this? What is this doing here? I don't understand. It queries the state here, but to me it looks like this whole code is useless, right? Shell active. I put a breakpoint here. Okay, somehow it's not. Oh, it is hitting. Okay, so this one is for F9. Okay. When does this hit here? Shell active. Toggle controller. Looks like this whole code here is useless. This whole window code here is useless. The only thing that matters is toggle control bar. Yeah. Can be removed. Switch control bar stage. Ah, it's probably inlined this function. That's why. It's inlined. I see. This one looks strange here. Okay, but then it makes sense. Okay, the fix makes sense. Match observers. Was this tested? Doing replace. First types of observers. F9 is not toggling the control bar but hiding the entire UI. Okay. Okay. Enhancements. Oh shit. Do later enhancements. GUI. Enable command bar toggle. It's not called command bar, is it? It's called control bar. Right? Yeah. Enable control bar toggle. Toggling. Enable control bar toggling for replay, playback, and match observers. Match observers. I don't know what should be capital and what not. Match observers. Enable controller for replay playback and match observers. Maybe control bar toggle. Enable control bar toggle for replay playback and match observers. Playback. For replay playback and fix changes log correct. Control bar is toggling. There can be some cleanups done, I think. I would actually say it's major, because it's a major, like if you can't toggle the control bar away and replay playback, it is kind of annoying. Yeah, I would say it's major. Prevent hang and network logging. I found it useful for a custom shell map. Custom shell map. This one is not yet approved here. Okay. My understanding is that the truncation only happens on the host, which then sends out the updated game options when some change happens in the game, like someone joining, selecting team colors, etc. The clients only receive the ASCII string serialization of the game options and should not require any updated logic. The newest iteration now punishes the players who join with long names. Example, if player A had 10 characters and player B had 7, and the amount of truncation required was 6, then the expectation is player A should truncate to 5. It should truncate 4 or 5, and this 1 or 2, right? Yeah. No. Yeah. This 4 or 5 and this 1 or 2. Player A would end up with 5 and B with 6. Punishes the players who join with long names. Okay. Okay. Got a bit stuck on the new truncation algorithm and ran out of time. Okay, that was last week. Okay. So just build the vector in this class and return it. It's passing it. Not so nice. Stripping. Okay, let's take a look at the new algorithm. Yeah. Remove the final and characters in the string. If the string is empty, do nothing. Remove last and char. Oh, he added a new function to ASCII string. Okay, then he should add the same function to Unicode string as well. Remove last and chars. 1 U. Last and chars. Remove last. How about we call it just truncate? What does truncate mean? Let me see. Truncate. Truncate meaning shorten. Shorten, dropping 1 or more digits after the decimal point. ASCII string. Truncate. It doesn't have a truncate function. But I think there are... There's no truncate. This. Let me see. Oh, the string class. String class. Trim. Trim leading and trailing white space. Yeah. Truncate. I thought that there would be a truncate function somewhere. Let me see. No. How about we call this truncate? This should then also be replicated in Unicode string. If data in chars is larger than 0, yeah. Peak 0. LAN. Why does this do ensure unique buffer of size? What? Huh? Huh? That's strange. Display string also has it. Remove last char. Append char. That should also go in there. This one is strange. Ensure unique buffer len larger than 0, len plus 1. We can probably make a follow-up change and remove this call here. It looks obsolete. Actually, no, it's not obsolete. It's not obsolete. Never mind. Buffer of size. Truncate, yeah, okay, chars larger LAN, okay, blah, chars larger LAN, chars, LAN minus chars. I think this would be clearer as a simple condition. Yeah. If chars is larger than or chars and another would be max, right? Max len max min len chars. Okay. Good. So this one looks fine. Options. Copy. Oof. Is this correct? Let me see that. The fuck is this? Jesus Christ. +1, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Okay. This looks fair. Okay. Game info to ASCII string. Simply truncate the game info string by stripping characters off of player names if the overall length is too large. Is this condition is a condition in the asserts still required? It should always be true now. No. Okay. Oof, this function looks pretty complicated now. Okay, build player names looks pretty straightforward. White char string. Okay, is that new? No, it was happening before already. What is this function returning? SCD string. Okay. Okay. Looks like this can do resize. This can do resize and operates instance. Same player names I equals that. Or then the else. Then the else pushback is also not necessary. Do we already have the const expr? Const expr. We don't. We do. Length index pairs for the player names. Length. Oof. Please do not use std pair or std tuple. Prefer using a struct, because that can be given proper names for the fields. Yeah, there should only be very good reasons to use a SED pair or SED tuple over a struct. Typically, a struct is a go-to STD pair, STD tuple. Yeah. Sort based on length in descending order. STD creator. Okay. STD creator. Determine how long each of the player names should be. While truncate amount is larger than 0. Okay, I think it's better if I load this function up in Visual Studio to look at this. What branch is this? Fix lobby hang, Slom lords. Slom lords. Fix lobby hang. Truncate player names. Not yet found. Okay. Truncate each name to its new length. Okay, it's good that there's only one call to truncate. It's quite a bit complicated, this function. Yeah. Descending order. Determine how long each of the player names should be. How many iterations will this take here? do resize here. Sort based on length. Okay, that's fair. Okay, and then length index first. Tile length. I'm a bit confused by the complexity of this one. This one looks straightforward. Basically, we have the length, and then we just start truncating one by one. Just remove is get length minus first is what is first? First is player name length. What is this? I don't understand what this is. What first and second mean. Yeah, that's already I don't understand what first is. And second. Okay, second is a player index. And first is length. Length? But I don't understand. Length. Get length. Okay, so he caches the length as well. Okay. Okay, I understand all this and this. I don't fully understand this yet. So this is the length. Current target length. Okay, so it wants to truncate one character. Yeah. Min. Okay. Ah. Okay. Length index size. Oof. Okay, so target length refers to like how long the player name should be max be, right? And starts with the first one, okay? And truncate current. truncate amount. The algorithm here looks really complicated. I wonder if that is necessary. Sort based on length. Current target length. Okay, so current target length. So it starts with truncating the first by 1, right? Good. And then here it takes in your minimum of these, okay. To me, this algorithm doesn't look optimal. It looks like it goes one character by one character. It only ever truncates one, right? No, it doesn't even... How does it truncate? I don't understand. It never shrinks this. Actually, hold on, it does shrink it here. It does shrink it here. Truncate amount. Okay. This loop, it does not look optimal. It does not look optimal. It goes. It goes one SHA at a time. It goes one SHA at a time. Goes one SHA at a time over all players. To me, it looks like it should be possible to skip ahead multiple characters. It looks like it should be possible to skip ahead multiple characters by peeking into the next. To me, looks like it should be possible to skip ahead multiple characters by peeking into the next player name if it is not the last one. If it is not the last one. Yeah, and then so that, and so you skip ahead, you can peek the multiple characters, and then does not yet look optimal. Over all players. So let me give an example. So long name. Say a long player name. Dude. We know that first name is 10 characters longer than all others. You already know that the first name else break, I think. The names are sorted by length. Yeah, I think that these names are a little bit confusing, so that should make it clearer when that is fixed, or let's say improved. Yeah, I think it's still not optimal here, but I can see that this would work. Yeah. Okay, that will be my feedback for now. Good. I think I'm done for this session. It's too hard to go on. It has been 2 hours as well, so that's good. Good. Then, yeah, I will end the recording here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.